Go do the craziest fucking shit. Don't even fucking worry about it. If you worry about it, you're thinking. You'll die up there if you think. Just don't do it. Just have sex with me. Don't think.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Screenshots, the drinking game movie podcast. Top Gun Maverick. Is it an 80s classic sequel, or is it another flop that all the unoriginal Hollywood people keep producing? Is it a new phase in military propaganda, or is that all BS? And why do we love loud noises, great music, awesome explosions, and really, really weird beach scenes? Top Gun Maverick. My name's Mark Gerbino. This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do.
Forget about all
shut the fuck up.
Forget about all that. No,
shut the fuck up. This is Danny Money Barker, and your call sign is Johnny Wilhelm Cruz. You don't shut the fuck up.
Wait, I thought he was Muddy.
Muddy. Muddy.
Muddy.
Oh, Muddy. I thought it was Money.
Muddy.
You're Johnny Wilhelm Cruz.
Forget about all the stuff that Mark just said for a second, because I brought my my $400 aviator sunglasses to wearing this. But by 40,
idiot.
Next time don't fucking ding when I'm in the middle of the
Next
damn
time
joke.
don't interrupt me while I'm in the middle of talking through the whole thing.
So I'm wearing these 400 thing sunglasses, and by $400 I mean these $20 ones that I got from Kohl's. So
no one cares.
That was the joke. It would have landed better if I didn't get interrupted.
The intro would have landed better if you weren't like, hey, now shut the fuck up and
The
listen.
intro would have landed better if somebody else wrote it.
Anyway. Johnny, what's it about and how much is it making?
What is about and what's what making?
The movie I said 3 times already, Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun Maverick?
Yeah.
Well, Top Gun Maverick, which is a great movie.
I hate Johnny. I hate him so much.
No, so it cost apparently $150 to $170 million, $100 million. And at the opening weekend, I thought if you asked me a year ago, I probably would it's probably going to get like 40, 50 million. It'd be a solid opening for one of these like, sequels after like 30 years or whatever. But a few weeks ago, Box Office Pro projected like 90 to 125, $100 million, so which is crazy. But for the Memorial Day weekend, for the 4-day weekend, it's now projected to get 146 with a 3-day weekend of 125, which is insane. Which is like that's crazier than like the Batman making like 180, and that made 134.
Now do it correctly and tell us what it's about first.
Huh?
What's it about?
You know what it's about. It's about Top Gun.
It's about Top Gun, and he's
Maverick. It's about Maverick being the Top Gun, even though he was technically the second best Top Gun.
Yeah, I didn't watch the first, actually.
What?
So I wouldn't know. Yeah, Danny, did you
take
watch
those aviators off.
No.
You can't.
I didn't see the first
I actually,
one.
I look pretty good with these. I actually kind of like them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So the movie.
Oh my God!
It's about Maverick.
Yeah,
who's a great man, and
some would say the best.
And he's it's been a lot of years, man, and he was always the best. And then we see him again. He's working on stuff, and then he's a test pilot. And they said, Maverick, don't you go above 10 things? And he's like, I'm gonna go above 10 things.
No, the 10 G's.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, G's?
Get him.
Wait, what was it? G's?
It wasn't. It wasn't G's. It was. Fuck, I can't.
No.
Anyway,
is that your word?
So
G's?
yeah. So Maverick.
How'd you spell that?
GS. so Maverick, right, is like he's like this pilot guy. He's like basically like a test pilot for this new project. And then Ed Harris is like, I don't like you, buddy. You suck, but I'm gonna give you a good thing, and then go to Top Gun and train all these guys for this crazy impossible mission. This mission's impossible. Maverick. Get it? Wink at the camera. So yeah, it's about that, and it's about bringing in a new crew, and Maverick has to deal with Goose's son, who may not like him that much. And I thought,
go ahead, because we all waited.
I think this will go down as probably one of the action movies of the decade, and we're already 2 years in. Only 2 years in, and I think it's going to be like that.
Yeah,
I think
fucking awesome.
Yeah,
it was fantastic.
There'd be a lot for other movies to compete against, really, because like what other movies that aren't military can you like show like cool shit like this? So there's a lot of competition with this for that being like the best action movie of the decade.
Yeah.
I was thinking about
nice.
The budget seems pretty low for the fact that they're using these expensive ass planes the whole movie.
Well, dude, what do you say?
Plane.
Oh.
All right, so Mark, I need to take a shot. We all need to take shots. So the original, right? The budget I said for this is like 150, 170. The budget for the original in 1986 was 15 million, which you have to adjust for inflation. I thought I was going to adjust for inflation and be like, oh, it's like 100 million. Adjusted for inflation, the original Top Gun was $40 million.
still like really low.
Which is crazy because what happened was the Navy was just like, yeah, we'll just provide everything. You just pay the fuel.
Oh,
Well,
because they're like, make us look fucking dope.
That's why.
Yeah,
That's what I was
okay.
saying. Like, is this like the
it's
new
like an
phase of
investment.
military propaganda with all this war shit going on?
Yeah.
'Cause you guys ever seen the movie? What's it called? Red Dawn.
Yeah.
Like, that's this fucking coolest fucking movie ever. But it's fucking propaganda,
Yeah,
right?
it's
So it's
totally.
like, I was watching the trailer to this and I was like, God, I wish I was born 7 years ago so I could redo life again and become a fighter pilot because this shit was
exactly.
dope. Like with all this shit going on, not to make it like really morbid and like weird, but like definitely this is like some dope ass propaganda, and I'm kind of all for it.
Yeah, but in 20 years when the propaganda wears
Hell
off,
yeah.
it's just going to be a great movie again.
Yeah, exactly,
'Cause
100%.
Propaganda is the only parts of movies that never last. Like if you look at like old Russian like propaganda movies, they're propaganda movies, but all that's left of them is the art.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh?
Shot glass.
Chocolate.
But I think this movie is an improvement on every level from the last one, which I also think is great, except for the romance. The romance in the last one between
Was
Kelly
not good.
McGillis and Tom Cruise in the original Top Gun was so awesome and fantastic, and that was my favorite part of that movie. And I think in this, it's fine, but it's a little cold, and I don't think it's as strong. But like also, it's not as prevalent in the movie as the first one was.
Wait, in a movie full of fighter jets and planes
Yes.
and crazy fights, your favorite part is fucking
The romance, dude. Kelly McGillis, Tom Cruise. That was
Danny,
the
you
best
said
part of
jet.
the movie.
You said
I
Jet,
said
Danny.
Jet.
I'm gonna take my shot, by the way. Mark, what did you think about the movie overall?
Overall, I kind of agree with the thing we just kind of landed on, where it's definitely like propaganda, 100%. And I'm all for it, but also it's gonna be a dope ass movie. Like even if like, let's say whatever wars may come in the next 50 years, even if like America's not top dog anymore, this movie is gonna be amazing still. Like anyone could look at it and be like, that's awesome, because I like how it's this is kind of a trope in a lot of movies, but it's one that I love every time, where it's like it's about the man and the machine, not the machine holding the man. That's kind of like an Iron Man thing too. That's what they did with him, but that's what I like about it. So I didn't see the first one, so I can't really compare it to it. So I didn't like the romance in this, but for other reasons different than yours. But excluding that, I would say this is a great movie. I really like this movie. Did you go ahead?
I was just gonna say, like, my thoughts about it. Like, you said something about how it had the '80s vibe.
Yeah.
Or like, did it have the '80s vibe? I definitely felt like it had an '80s vibe, but it didn't. It had those corny moments where you're like, okay, but it actually improved my like watching experience, the cringy parts. But
You suck.
I'm sorry.
You
But
suck.
it like successfully did that '80s thing
Yeah.
without like making me realize.
Yeah.
Right. Like people like almost every movie that comes out now, people like mention the word nostalgia in their review, and I'm kind of sick about talking about nostalgia because it's just so boring to talk about.
Yeah.
But in this movie, instead of like, because a lot of movies like they'll try to like, especially these shitty legacy sequels, they'll like try to like use like nostalgia to just like patch up shitty scenes or like bad plot points or whatever. But in this, it's just like, oh, we have a great movie. The nostalgia was just there. Like what do you call it? They use the nostalgia not to patch a shitty scene up, but just to enhance like an already good scene.
Well, so
And it was purpose. Like the actually that's spoilers, never mind.
like that's what I was saying when we were opening. I was saying like, is this like Hollywood trying to throw out another sequel because they're losing originality, they have no creatives left over, they have no young people, it's all these old people trying to figure out what to do, or did it somehow this remake or sequel actually defy the odds? Because usually sequels for old movies are shit. They're usually not good.
Especially the Top Gun.
Yeah, So sorry, go ahead, Danny.
It's like a lucky thing with Top Gun 2 because Tom Cruise is still like in perfect shape for his age, and
Yeah.
he's just defying those
Right.
odds too. So
How much longer
How
can
many-
Top Cruise? How much longer can Tom Cruise do these movies with the age he's at? Like these physically
dude, as
demanding
long
movies.
as he can still suck on little children's
gonna
blood to
die.
keep him young,
yeah,
he can do these movies forever.
as long as
And he
Scientology
might-
God keeps him alive.
He explained, like, somebody asked him, like, why, like, what's the difficulty? Because Top Gun was such, like, a big cultural, like, phenomenon when it came out. It made so much money. Like, what's it like making a sequel? Like, how difficult is it? And he goes, making a movie, like, making a sequel to Top Gun is like trying to hit a bullet with a bullet. It's so difficult to, like,
Yeah.
get that right. And you have to get it perfectly right. And I think they did. And I think, what do you call it? Like especially Top Gun is a very difficult, because it's such a, like, divisive movie, sort of, because, like, people are like, oh, it's so cheesy and silly, and that's why I like it. But once you start getting into stuff like that, it's so difficult to like go overblown with it or like not get the balance right. And I think it kind of translated really, really well to the modern day.
Yeah, there was some moments, especially at the beginning of the movie, where I was like, "Oh man, is this gonna be like? Is it gonna be cringy? Is it gonna be like without spoiling it? Like it's hard to explain what I mean, but I felt like it was gonna end up being this guy's back and he's got something to say, and we're not gonna see him for the rest of the movie. Like I felt like that's what it was gonna be, but it wasn't. I'm very happy that it wasn't. They didn't. Like, this sounds so absurd to say, but they didn't waste Tom Cruise. Obviously, who would? He's fucking Tom Cruise. But I was so afraid that they were going to do what all these new sequels and new movies would do, where they're like, we're going to advertise these hotshot characters. They're awesome. And then when the movie starts, throw them away and bring in all these people no one cares about. Like, they did it with the new Star Wars trilogy. They're doing it with a lot of the new, like, Netflix movies that are, TV shows that are coming out, where they advertise these awesome characters, this awesome plot, and to get people on board, and then when it starts, they're like, yeah, but never mind. This is the story we actually want to tell. We just lied so we can get your money. That's what they're doing so much, but they didn't with this. They did it. And when you were saying about the 80s, why is it? See, I challenge you. Go home, put on any 80s movie. Everyone's fucking attractive. Everyone is in this movie. It's fucking
as opposed to every other giant movie.
But it's unreasonably attractive.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Like, everyone's attractive. Everyone wins. Everyone has a good time. Like, everyone's always happy. Like, that's an 80s movie.
Well, like in the original, I watched. I rewatched the. Also, ding yourself because you said cringe.
Fucking bitch.
Like when I rewatched the original with my parents, and I was smiling the whole time because it's just so silly. And then this time around, I was smiling almost the entire time because like I'm remember like they're riffing on all the silly stuff that happened, like but making it like work to a broad audience.
I say in spoil, like right when we go into spoilers, we talk about all the funny moments.
We talk about that one moment.
I fucking died.
Anyway, so let's do a rating system.
Go ahead, give it to us.
So the rating system, right? This works too well, almost that it's boring. So I'm gonna. Okay, no. So there's a scene in the movie where Maverick is explaining G-forces. So if 10 elephants are sitting on top of you, and that's the best, and then only one elephant is sitting on top of you, which is the worst. How many elephants sitting on top of you would you give it? So I will say,
you had it perfect, and you had to bring elephants.
The original was like, how many G's do you give it? Like, how many G forces do you give it out of 1, or like Machs? But
dang,
I knew it. I fucking knew it. But so,
how many Machs? That's so funny. I like Machs. I like Mach.
Anyway, what are you wearing? Oh, it's my smack. But then there's a scene where he's like, imagine like an elephant sitting on you. That's what G forces are. So 10 elephants out of whatever. So I will say this is one of the action movies of the decade already. I think it's an achievement in practical movie making. And is an example of why practical movie making will hold up better, and it is better than CGI for now. CGI in the sense that
agreed.
CGI in the foreground sense. When CGI is in the background, it works very, very well because you don't notice it. But I will give it a.
There you go. Come on.
I think it's better than the original Top Gun, but the romance, which is my favorite part, isn't as good.
Horrible.
Well, it's not horrible, but I'm just conflicted. I like that she has a daughter. I will give it a 9G. I'll give it a 9 elephants sitting on top of me out of 10.
Wow.
9 elephants sitting on top of me, which is fantastic.
Jeez. Danny, you go.
That's the highest rated movie of the year so far for me.
I was going to give it like an 8.7 elephants sitting on top of me.
Okay. I give it 8 elephants, 4 legs, a tail, and a tusk. So an 8.9.
Okay.
Yeah, I give it an 8.9 elephants out of 10. I think it was a great movie, man. Like, and this is the kind of movie where like I could take my dad to it and we would be like cheering because it's so fucking cool. Like the opening scene, like it just gets you right into like with the soundtrack and the music and
yes, the opening 5 minutes are like identical almost.
Oh, it's so.
I
good.
do think some of that. There's one music cue that I wish that they carried over.
Yeah, was that the one you were telling us about?
Yeah. But overall the music was really good, and the amalgamation of that score 9.0. 8.9 and 8.7, jumble it all up in my head. I'm totally going to guess. I'm going to say it's an 8.85. And don't you do some squirrely mathematics that were all messed up.
Hey, listen.
Don't mess it up.
I have a pretty good excuse for last time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, don't make me say it.
Anyway, 8.5, 5 out of 10 elephants sitting on top of you. Boom, trademark.
I feel like there's some stuff left we could say before spoilers, though.
Let me see. Oh, the new crew is amazing.
Oh yeah, the actors are incredible.
Oh, the new crew, I love them. They're all memorable. I remember all their names. There's Bob, Phoenix, Coyote, Hangman, Rooster.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, wait, you got to give me a
payback. Jack in the Box.
Because yours is Wilhelm because you yell all the time, and yours is Muddy because of last night. So, tell the Muddy story. Tell the Muddy story about how he had to come in and we had to tell the guy that.
Oh yeah,
Muddy.
So Danny was late because he was doing some muddy stuff.
I was working.
And so he goes like, leave a ticket for. So I'll leave a ticket for you. And then I go, okay, we're gonna leave. You just go up and say your name. I'm gonna say, and he goes, say my name's Dan Muddy Barker. I said, yeah, sure. We give it the ticket to the guy. He goes, yeah, just tell him to come up here. Like we don't need a name or anything. I go, okay, great. I text Dan. I go, say you have to say your name's Dan Muddy Barker. So Danny goes up to the guy.
I literally go up to the guy. I'm like, ticket for Dan Muddy Barker. And he goes, I got a ticket for Dan. And I go, Dan Muddy Barker. He wouldn't say it.
And you're wearing like a tie-dye shirt.
Yeah, just
you fucking moron. That's awesome. But yeah, what's my call sign? You had to pick one. Because I think Wilhelm's perfect.
Mark French hat.
All right,
French
sure.
hat.
Mark French. Can you imagine? French hat, where are you? Yeah. All right, anything else? Because go ahead. Let's keep the non-spoilers going for a little bit. Because I actually.
Oh yeah, there's still some homoeroticism in it. There's still some gay stuff. In it.
There was like entire YouTube videos about that.
The first one is so gay. Like people would say that as a joke, like this movie's so gay or whatever. But like there's some like if you watch the original Top Gun, surely there was some intentional gay shit in that. Like 100%, because it's so like there's so moments that are so gay. Like Val Kilmer does one of these in Tom Cruise's face. Imagine this is Tom Cruise's face as the mic, and Val Kilmer's like chewing gum, and Tom Cruise is like, "I am dangerous," and then Val Kilmer goes like that. Like it's the gayest thing I've ever seen. Like surely there's like that theory of like, oh, it's about this or whatever. Like some of that has to be true. Anyway. Let's go to spoilers. Speaking of gay, let's have Mark go to spoilers.
Guys, spoilers in 3, 2, 1.
I don't like you because you're dangerous. That's right. Nice, man. I am dangerous.
There's a scene in this movie it's a really funny scene where Tom Cruise is laying down on top of Jennifer Connelly's character, and then her daughter comes home and she's like, "You got to get out of here. I have to set an example and all that jazz." And then Tom Cruise has to go out the window, and he's like, "I'm never leaving you again, baby." And she's like, "Get out!" And she like pushes him.
Pretty hard.
She pushes him pretty hard.
Out
of like a second story. And then the next shot, you just see like a mass of something like that's the same color as his clothes, like smack the ground, and everybody in the theater goes,
"Yeah!" Like, my heart jumps.
And it turns out it's just his fucking shirt, and then he just jumps down like no problem right after.
Go ahead.
But we all thought that he just like fucking slapped the ground.
Like,
because the shirt looked like a person. Like there was a shot of him leaving the window, and then it's just a blank shot of like the sidewalk, and then we just see a shirt just fucking plummet. But it was just the shirt.
It had weight to it. It like hit the ground and like bounced off the ground. So everybody in the theater like was convinced that he just got wrecked.
And we were debating. Do you think they did that on purpose?
Yes.
Well, I don't know if they did it on purpose, but in the editing room, they probably went, "Oh shit, that was kind of funny." I don't know, but like
they had to have like noticed that it looks like.
Yeah, but like that was the funniest like moment in like the movies I've had so far this year, and everybody thought it was funny, and then like everybody laughs for like 10-15 seconds, and then the three of us were laughing for about like 3 minutes straight. We were in like the next act, and we're still like fucking dying laughing.
That was the funniest shit.
It's so funny. And then there's the beach scene, because it's so funny watching your reactions to the beach scene, because the beach scene is like a callback to the original.
Yeah.
And the original actually doesn't like the new beach scene where they're all playing double football on the beach actually has more purpose to the story than the volleyball scene in the original. So, because the original just it just happens. There's no like, hey, we're gonna do something. They're all of a sudden they're just playing volleyball, and then Tom Cruise is like, I gotta go fuck this bitch.
And he's in jeans, right?
Yeah, he's in jeans on the beach playing in jeans, which is why there's a few fellas in jeans when they're playing football.
Yeah, I got him on football.
And
I got you in jeans.
It's so like cheesy and stuff, and it's so like a music video, and I was like looking at Danny's reaction. He's like, "What the hell is going on?" And just like the original, it goes on for way too long. But at least there's purpose. Where he's like, "Come on, I'm building a team."
Wait, one of you get up and do the Miles Teller. Do the Miles Teller.
I'll do it. I think I know it a little bit.
Is in the trailer. Everyone knows this.
So Miles Teller scores like a touchdown, right? And he's all like, he got all jacked for the movie or whatever. And he does a touchdown, and he does like this little weird like pop and lock type thingy thing.
Yeah, look, here we go.
You see me on the thing?
I was as you ready. What?
He goes like he catches the football, and he goes.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
And
he like flexes his abs like
Yeah.
a tiny bit. You see
like,
it. Like,
yeah, and like in the original, everybody's all jacked and sweaty and stuff like that, and it's just so fun. And then it's kind of cool. It was kind of cool seeing that because like Tom Cruise is also in that scene.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
So it felt like his kind of like last hurrah with like the young people, like being a movie star almost. Yeah. Like,
what are you fucking
still
laughing at?
I just thought about this. He goes, our time is like John Hamm's character, right? That's his name. He walks up, he goes, our time is valuable, and you're using it to do this. And Tom Cruise just goes, we're building a team, aren't we? Or something like that. And then you look over, and they're just molesting the
all like-
one black, like,
What the fuck?
They're all just like wrestling him.
Danny couldn't have found a worse way to explain that. The fucking molesting a black man.
I mean,
What
they
the fuck?
cut- they
the
cut
female
over and they're
pilot
just
gets the
like-
football for 1 second.
She gets out.
No, they all start piling on top of her. But yeah. But that scene
Oh,
was cool
no.
because this movie was kind of like a last hurrah with like he's like bringing in a young team. It's like a last mission with like a young team. Like he's kind of aging a little bit, and it kind of felt like this is the last time we're gonna see Tom Cruise in this kind of like state as a movie star.
You know, it's like
Mission Impossible is coming, but it's not the whole.
yeah.
Like youth isn't a part of Mission Impossible.
When that scene came when he was on the boat with whatever her name is, and she was like, now you're part of the Navy or whatever. I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, does Tom Cruise realize like how full his life is? Like all the shit he got. Like I'm sure
that we know about.
he's got problems as much as everybody else, I'm sure, but like holy shit, like all the things he's been able to do. Like, you know, like not to bring up Star Wars again, but like he's like shut the fuck up. I don't give a shit. He's like Anakin Skywalker. Skywalker's like, I want to see every star system in the galaxy, and he ended up doing it because he gained Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is like, I want to do everything on the planet, and he ended up doing it because he's fucking Tom Cruise.
And they both murdered a bunch of children.
Yeah, and they both
What are
murdered
you
a bunch of
talking
children. They did.
Oh, because he drinks the blood.
Yeah,
We exposed, canceled.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, he.
But even one of the things in the movie is like your time. You know, the future's coming. Top Gun Cruise
I
Maverick,
love that
and,
stuff.
and you're not in it.
I know
And
it's-
that kind of that kind of feels like it's these kind of his last years as like an action movie star.
It's
'Cause
funny
he's
they
60
say
years
that.
old now.
Yeah, it's funny they say that because I think in Air Force commercials, they say the future isn't coming; it's already here, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So kind of the same thing. Also, what were they sixth generational planes?
Fifth.
You're
Who
a-
said
you
fifth
said it first. You dumbass. Also, there are some reasons when we were rating this movie, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to give it an 8.9, an 8.6, because there were some things where I was like, okay, like they just didn't have to do this mission at all. You know, because if their objective was to blow up that thing, there are a lot of ways to blow up that thing.
Oh, and it's Star Wars, by the way.
Oh, it is Star Wars. Holy shit, you're right.
Yeah.
The trench
whole,
run and everything.
Yeah, the whole Kessel, or no, not the Kessel
Not the
run,
Kessel
but
Run.
the
You
Death Star.
uncultured
No,
swine.
it's not the Kessel Run because they didn't do it in under 14 parsecs or whatever the fuck it's called.
And I'm the fucking nerd?
I
I'm the
I
fucking nerd.
involuntarily know all this stupid bullshit. about
Involuntary.
Star
Someone's
Wars.
forcing you to, huh?
Yes, the culture is the internet.
Yeah.
But yeah,
movies.
no, it was totally like the Death Star run.
Yeah.
Still way
But
better.
They didn't. You remember when they were like, "Let's send Tomahawks out to blow up their airfield"? Why couldn't you just do that for the actual thing you wanted to blow up? Why did you need to use fighter pilots? Answer
Because they
is,
had the missiles covering it. They would have shot him down.
shot the Tomahawks that went the same direction the planes went through the SAM air defenses.
They didn't go into the trench though.
Yeah, the missiles didn't go into the trench. You're right, but they would have been able to bomb the target with
No, 'cause-
Tomahawk missiles.
No, because the missiles would have been above ground.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, then what the fuck are you
Tomahawk missiles would have been able to blow that up. Is what I'm saying. In real life, that would have been able to happen.
But you just acknowledged the fact that they wouldn't be able to, and you said yeah, but they would
What do you mean? The Tomahawk
because
missiles.
they had to fly the planes
Yes.
under to avoid getting shot down.
Yeah,
The Tomahawk missiles couldn't do that.
They
for
wouldn't
miles.
have gotten shot down like that, and all of them they sent, they would have been able to complete that mission. They would have.
What are you talking about? What do you mean they wouldn't be able to?
They
Explain-
would have been able to.
Why?
Tomahawk missiles, 50 Tomahawk missiles flying to one location would have been able to blow up that one target.
Do you know how many fucking things there were?
SAM missiles aren't going to target the Tomahawk missiles the way they target the planes.
Really?
Also, Tomahawk missiles are faster than planes. The SAM missiles would not. I'm telling you. I am telling you. You don't have to believe me, but I'm telling you.
I don't know. That was a lot of miles of fucking missiles. They had like at least like hundreds of missiles.
What was your guys' favorite maneuver in the?
Oh, dude, I like how they gave the villains like a cool, like there was.
Oh yeah.
That one villain, like at the end, he's about to shoot him, and then he does this crazy ass maneuver, and they're both like, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah.
Like I liked how they gave the villain like that guy one cool thing to do.
Yeah, that was cool.
But there was that one.
Oh my gosh! Wait, I'm sorry. Back to Star Wars. They look like stormtroopers.
Oh yeah, they do.
They fucking look like stormtroopers. They're the black pilots in Star Wars.
Hey, that's racist.
With,
I don't need to bring
I don't
race
know
into
if they have a
this.
specific name, but they look like fucking stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Holy shit! This was Star Wars. This was fucking Star Wars. That's ridiculous.
I'm the nerd.
TIE
This is
fighters.
fucking Star Wars.
The TIE fighter pilots. Yeah.
Yeah, TIE fighter pilots. Yeah, but no, again. Well, yeah, that when the crazy maneuvers. Because was this all definitely practical? All the plane maneuvers?
Like what I think is everything most of the stuff you see that's out, like most of the camera shots that are outside the cockpit are not real.
You're fine.
Are not like real, like they're probably CGI practical like, you know, whatever. But everything from in the cockpits is like 100% real. So like there's that one shot where the other plane goes over the other one, and it's from inside the cockpit. That's probably practical.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that there's a lot of shots where you can't tell is a good thing, because then that's CGI and practical both doing their job.
Yeah.
But like basically anytime anybody's in the cockpit, it's real.
Does Tom Cruise actually ever fly in this movie too?
I read an article last week though that they said he actually didn't fly, but he was in the plane.
No, he did.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I have to look that up.
Also, get him. He said fly.
Well, we already. Oh shit, that was my word too. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but no. So what I think that article is referring to is when they were training the other pilots, and the other pilots were in the cockpit.
Yeah.
He was not allowed to touch the controls. But there's shots of him flying the plane.
Gotcha.
Like there's that one shot which if they ever do like an in memoriam of Tom Cruise when he dies, that should be the final shot. Is when he's in the cockpit.
If he dies,
by
excuse
himself.
you.
Yeah. And he's in the cockpit by himself, and he gives like a thumbs up, and it's from another plane that we're seeing him from, and he gives a thumbs up, and then he does like a dive, corkscrew away from the camera to the ground, and it's like such an amazing shot because like the whole point is like holy shit, it's actually him flying.
Oh, back to Danny's question though, that my favorite maneuver is when Tom Cruise would kind of like air brake and stall and go backwards to get behind another plane.
Yeah,
that shit was.
He
dope.
did that in the original too.
That's like his signature move.
Yeah,
he pulls that off every fight.
Yeah.
Dang,
Yeah,
I probably beat him.
Actually, the best.
I know his moves.
The best move that I think in this is when there's the two fifth-generation planes, and they're in that old F-14, and he's like, come on, he's like, do it, Maverick, do it, motherfucker, pull the trigger, pull the fucking trigger, and then Maverick does like that, and he turns, and he gets one of the planes, and when the other plane is going down, he goes down, and he goes, let me know when you see smoke. He goes, I see smoke, and then he moves so that he's in front of the plane that's already shot down, and I was like, that's cool. That's awesome.
That was good. And and the save that Maverick has for Rooster, where he goes in front and he releases the what are those
flares?
Just the flares right in front, before it hits Rooster's plane. That was nuts.
Yeah, that was crazy. And another thing which kind of made me like second guess the rating I was going to give it is I think they explained it away with like a 2-word like explanation in the movie, but why they were like, the reason why this mission is so difficult because we don't have the technology. Like everyone has better technology than us now. We're not like top dogs anymore, so we have to rely on the best pilots, and that's why I guess they didn't have fifth-generational planes. But are you telling me like America didn't have fifth-generational planes? Like why didn't they also have their best equipment? You know, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
I don't know either. Maybe they just thought that was the best plane for the.
Well, they just said we no longer have the technological advantage,
which is like surprising to me. That I don't know. That might be true, but that's surprising to me.
Well, it's a fake.
Yeah, I know it's fake.
Like it's Russia, but it's not Russia.
But it's another reason why like I was almost not going to rate it so high was because like, is that come on guys, really? You know?
Well, yeah, I did like how in this like a lot of sequel. One of the things the sequel gets right is like it takes like the events from. Yeah, you actually like. I like how it it explores Maverick's character. It's like his decision, like that dilemma of like, if I let him fly, I'll never be able to forgive myself if he dies, and if I don't let him fly, he's gonna fucking hate me for the rest of my life. I like that dilemma, and I think he got a lot of his character out of that, and I think it made him much more fleshed out and complex.
Yeah, no, I was also thinking, like, do you think if you had to picture a movie after this movie, not that I wanted to make another one, but I'm saying, like, their life after this story, like, do you think Miles Teller's character, like, Rooster and Maverick, will actually have some kind of relationship together?
Yes, gay. No, but
this planes just
I
building
think
planes and living in the
like,
do they live in the fucking
they live in an air
They live
hangar.
in a hangar. They live in the
I
hangar.
love how it's like he has like a living room in the hangar. Like, does he live there?
Yeah.
He lives on the fucking. But like, it's funny because the first Top Gun, right,
Mm-hmm.
the last shot ends with. I'm not gonna say what the final thing is, but it ends with like the love interest, like Kelly McGillis, and Tom Cruise being like, "Yeah, we're gonna be together forever, baby." And then in this movie, they don't even mention her. Like, she's actually in the movie. You could see her in one of the shots where they're doing the flashback to them playing piano.
Maybe
in that
she's
restaurant.
dead or something.
But maybe in the next one, what if like, because it ends with like Goose and him together and Maverick together. What if in the next on Top Gun 3, it's just like, hey, how are you? How was you and Goose's son? He's like, what are you talking about? I don't know who that is. Shut up.
I don't know
And he's like, it cuts like a picture of Miles Teller. He's all fat. Well, no. So speaking of this, I want to. So Kelly McGillis, who I thought was great in the original, right? So she was not asked back for this one. Instead, they got Jennifer Connelly to play another character, and she was Kelly McGillis, the actress, was asked why she wasn't asked back into the Top Gun movie, and she hasn't aged very well in the last like couple decades. So they're like, why did you think you weren't asked back to be in this movie? And she's like, I'm old and I'm fat. I'm the way I'm supposed to look, like as a 60 whatever year old. And I'm not supposed to look like a movie star. So like, fine, they didn't bring me back, whatever. But I did think the movie, I would have liked it a lot more if she was back.
What kind of shit do you think it would have stirred? Oh, did I?
What?
What do you think it would stir if she just said, "Because I don't eat babies"? Because I'm 60.
She's just going out for revenge, like just vengeance.
Holy shit. Starts talking about Pizzagate and shit.
Yeah,
Holy
she's just like
shit.
crazy.
Because I didn't fly on Epstein's plane. Tom Cruise has to be like, I did not. I think it's not true, but like everybody thinks it is just because you said. That's so funny.
No, Tom Cruise was like, no, I flew Epstein's plane.
Oh, shit.
I didn't know what was going on in the back. I was
Yeah,
just
I didn't
flying
know.
it. Ah!
It was just
I
a
was
job.
just flying it, dude. I was getting my license that way.
You know, people would be like, makes sense.
Yeah, it makes
I
sense.
probably was
Yeah, that
fine.
works. That's how that works. Yeah. What about how every single time like an end scene came, like a finale scene, I kept thinking like, oh man, that's crazy, and then they just kept coming back with more finales.
Right.
It was incredible.
Well, like there's the first time where you think like, oh, Maverick's gonna die, but you're like, obviously he's not gonna die because he's a star, and then like 3 more that happened, and every one that happened after, you're like, shit, they already did the fake out, like they're gonna fucking somebody's gonna die, and they did it like 4 times.
did
You're
it
like,
so
shit,
many.
somebody's gonna die here, and then finally, like they cut because in the final thing, Hangman just like they kind of like comically cut back to Hangman, just like listening, going like, ah. Like that, and you're like, why are they showing? Like, surely like they're only showing him because they know that he has to come back, and then finally he comes back, and it paid off really well.
Yeah, like they go out to do the mission, so it's already finale. This is incredible. Then and that takes about like I'd say like 4 or 5 minutes of them just doing that trench run. So they're going out to the mission. So this is the finale. This is great, and they complete the mission. Awesome, and then they have to dodge all these missiles. They have to worry about the planes coming in. They get them. And then, the planes do come, then they're flying away, and then Maverick off-screen dies, but he doesn't actually die. And then we think, okay, the finale's over, we're gonna wrap up. But no, then Maverick's like, I'm being hunted by a helicopter, but Rooster was like, you're like my new dad now, I gotta protect you, because it's what my dad would do. And he destroys the helicopter, and now we're on another finale where they walk through the woods to go hijack another plane. Like that's the last thing I would have expected.
And another finale.
I did like that
when
scene,
there's the
though.
plane coming head on.
Yeah, and another finale. Yeah, it's crazy.
I do like how they found a way to do like a little comic relief in the middle of that. Like they're walking through the burnt up place, and you see people running, and they're just like, okay, walk, and then Tom Cruise just goes, okay, now we're running. We're running. Like,
Yeah, they just waltz right in and steal.
Well,
that
how
plane.
about when Tom Cruise, because he saved Rooster, and then Rooster came back to save him, Tom Cruise was like, what the fuck are you doing?
I like how
I
both-
saved you.
Yes.
It's like, well, I saved you. It's like, that. It's not the point. It's like you didn't tell me to
Yeah.
think, or it's just funny.
I like how both of their character arcs ended in that like ironic way.
Yeah.
That was good.
I was totally convinced there. So the how they wrote it, where it's like they kind of gave. So Hangman had like the title, like he was Hangman because always left everybody hanging, right?
Yeah,
Rooster was Rooster.
Hangman was awesome. He was like
Yeah.
the best of the new
Rooster
crew.
was Rooster, probably just because his dad's name was also a bird.
His dad name was Goose.
Yeah. So, but it was cool where it's like Rooster was so like book smart about it, and they keep mentioning that in the movie. That was like one of the big points where like when he started training, he was so slow because he was like, I got to do it by the book. I got to make sure. And Maverick's whole point was like, no, stop thinking. Just feel the plane, be a part of it, be an extension, have it be an extension of yourself, right? Whereas Hangman was so reckless because he wanted to be like Maverick that he left everyone behind. So it was cool how they kept like punching in like their actual like their character. They actually had a real character, and it was believable, and I got to watch each one of them grow. Because at the end, Hangman doesn't leave him behind. He goes and saves them. Rooster isn't by the book anymore. He listens to Maverick, and he's like, I'm going to be my own pilot, not the pilot they taught me to be.
I love how Rooster gains the courage to finally go cockle-a-doodle-a-doo.
That was the best part of the movie, actually. Yeah, that was the best part of the movie.
Yeah, I remember that part. Right?
Yeah,
That was
good. He goes talk to me, Goose, and then he goes cockle-a-doodle-a-doo.
Yeah. The only other things I really have to say is just nothing that could be described in words. It's just so visually, like I hate using the word stunning, but stunning because like watching the planes go through those curves, go through the turns.
Same.
It is like it's almost like I'm watching a National Geographic, but not about like something on Discovery Channel about them flying planes or History Channel. It looks like it's just an advertisement for fighter jets. It is so good. Remember watching like Transformers movies and they would like have that one scene where the car rolls out because it was paid for by Audi or something? It's like that, but paid for by the Navy.
Well,
It was so
You
cool.
know what's funny? Because this movie was delayed so long because of COVID and stuff like that. That the new car that they had somebody drive in the movie, like I don't know what it was, like Toyota or something. Had like a new car, like the 2019 Toyota.
Oh yeah, that
and
sucks.
they filmed it in 2018. And by the time the movie came out, the car was 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah, that
But
sucks.
dude, the flying is absolutely insane. Like when you watch, like it's so like my hands were sweaty the whole time because like when you're watching them go through the canals, right?
Yeah.
And you just see the plane do that, and like he's actually doing that. It's insane.
The entire time the
It's
movie
some of the
was
best
going
action.
on.
It's probably some of the most exhilarating action ever made. Like
I watched Johnny download his new personality while watching this movie.
what do you mean?
The entire movie, he was watching it. This is what he looked
Who's
like.
my new personality?
This is what he looked like. Hold on, shut up. I kept looking, and that's great.
Yeah,
Good for
I
you.
had a big
You
smile
loved
the
this
entire
movie.
time.
That was awesome.
Who's my new personality out of what are the characters?
Definitely
Don't
Hangman.
say Bob.
Definitely Hangman.
All right, good. Yeah, because I'm well hung.
No,
Ding, zing.
no,
Got
because
him.
you're an asshole.
Yeah, that's
He was
true.
literally an asshole.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, he also had no
Give me
lips. Like his
Bob
face was so
vibes.
Yeah, but he
flat.
was also jacked.
You give me Bob vibes if Bob was trying to act like Hangman.
Oh, fuck you.
All right, Bob.
No, I'm Hangman. You can't change it. You can't
No,
take it
I'm
back.
Hangman.
No,
No,
you're
Take back
you're
some-
Wilhelm, and
I'm
he's
also-
muddy.
No, you can't think. You already said Hangman. You
Yeah.
think up there, you're
Wait,
dead.
What did you? I'm French Hat Man.
Yeah,
That's
you're
my
Mark French Hat Man.
that my call signs is a little long.
No, French Hat,
yeah.
French Hat flares.
And you're just like, what? It's not just French hat. It's Mark.
It's actually not French Hat. It's like literally not French at all.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's not wearing it. Holy shit.
I'm not
yeah,
wearing it. I'm not
The
wearing
fuck?
it. Is it weird?
Why'd you
Is
put
that-
your aviators back on?
Because I like the way it kind of looks. It's kind of trippy. I don't like it. I do like it. It's weird looking at it. Like, because when you take them off, this is the only sunglasses I've ever had where things look less vibrant.
You know what's funny about the post, like they do the credit scene where they show the person's name and then they show like the picture. I like how we didn't even talk about Val Kilmer. I liked how they brought him back, Iceman.
Get a little bit closer to the mic.
But
Mic check.
but I like how in the final like credits they cut to everybody's shot and it's all like just them like clothed, and then they cut to Tom Cruise. That's like him on the beach, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
aviators, like shirtless, like.
Yeah.
I like that. That was. Fun.
Oh, you know what we got to do for the Mission Impossible is coming out? We got it. We were gonna do it for this, but for Mission Impossible, it'll be worth it. We got to do a Tom Cruise episode.
Yes, I would love
Yeah.
to do a Tom. Oh, we should have done that before this.
Oh, if anyone's still listening,
I would have loved a Tom Cruise.
we're
episode.
doing an Elvis episode. And we're all gonna get dressed up like musicians. I feel like
When's Elvis?
it's the end of the next month.
Okay.
I think it's the 24th. I don't know, but we should all dress up as a Tom Cruise character for the Tom Cruise episode.
Oh, that'd be so.
I would love that. Who would I dress up as?
Yeah, who would you be? Who would you be? You can be a Maverick. You just got to get like a.
No, I don't want to be
Is
that.
Maverick
I'll be
like
Maverick.
Is Maverick one of the only ones that has like a distinct?
He has like a
Oh.
pilot suit.
Yeah, but
Okay.
there's
He's been in the military
Les
before.
Grossman.
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Interview with a Vampire
'Cause he
Fella.
kinda-
Magnolia. Frank T.J. Mackey.
But is it like actually? Is he wearing like a costume?
In
or-
the original Top Gun,
No,
he
no,
has
no, no,
jeans.
I
He has
know
the
that.
bomber jacket with all the shit on it, and then he has the aviator sunglasses and a white T-shirt.
So same
I'm gonna
thing.
look up Tom Cruise movies. Hold
Yeah,
on.
the same exact thing.
Well, I can-
The Mummy.
I
You could
name
be a
all-
mummy. You
No,
could be the
don't
mummy.
Don't be the mummy, Tom Cruise. Wait, I can name all of his movies right now. Ready?
Oblivion. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, ready? So in 1981, he was in the movie Taps.
I'm already bored.
In 1983, no. Then he was Risky Business, All the Right Moves.
Oh,
he,
Risky
was,
Business would be good.
he was in The Outsiders. He was in
Outsiders would be
Legend. He was in Top Gun. He was in The Color of Money.
Last Samurai would be good.
He was in some other movie I forget. He was in Rain Man. He was in The Firm. He was in Far and Away. He was in Days of Thunder. Then he was in Interview with a Vampire.
Johnny's a nerd.
And then he was in a couple of other movies that I forget.
Yeah,
He
no
was in
shit.
Mission Impossible. Then he was in
names every single
Mission Impossible.
About one.
And then he was in Eyes Wide Shut. I'm missing a few. Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, that's another good one you can do.
Yeah.
And then he was in a few other movies.
Okay.
Mission Impossible
Get it.
2, Mission Impossible 3, Mission Impossible
wait,
Ghost
so what are the
Protocol, Mission
ones-
Impossible Rogue Nation, Mission Impossible
All
Fallout.
All right, okay. So we got we got Top Gun, we've got Eyed Wide Shut, we've got what's the fucking one where he's in a boxers and a t-shirt? You said when he dun
Risky Business.
Risky Business. Magnolia. I forgot Magnolia.
What? No, we're looking the ones where we can dress as him. That's 3 so far, right? We got
He
Last
dresses him as
Samurai.
Magnolia.
What does he look like in Magnolia?
In Magnolia, he has really long hair, and
Mic check.
his hair is like back here, and then he has like a green like shirt that like goes to the elbows,
Nice.
and then he has a like a leather vest,
Okay,
jeans. And
that sounds
then-
like an expensive costume.
And then a Mission what other movies? He's in Valkyrie. He's in some other stuff.
If
He's Jack Reacher.
Jack Reacher. You guys want to call it?
Yeah, I have to do my
Yeah,
movie
sure.
recommendation.
Yeah, do your recommendation, and we have
You
to
just
order
did
them.
like fucking.
Yeah, wait a second.
25
Yeah,
movies.
every Tom Cruise. I'll just recommend the first Top Gun if you haven't seen it.
Okay.
Great movie. I think it has a
It's on
really nice,
Netflix.
it has such a nice feel to it because it's just like Tom Cruise zipping around on a motorcycle with this hot girl, just like through California at the end of the day. It's like such a nice feeling, and the romance is really good.
And then I won't spoil.
And then like every time they have a good romance, like hit like because he's like a hot shot, right? And she's like, oh, you know. And then every time the scene ends with them being like this, like she'll go like that, and then he'll like do like the classic Tom Cruise like.
Go ahead,
He'll
do it.
ready? You ready? He'll stand up, right, and he'll go like that, and then the music goes, and it's really good. So yeah,
Nice,
go see
okay.
Top Gun.
Talk about the. All
Huh? What? Talk about what? Talk about what?
No. I was just saying, like that's kind of the same thing that happens in this one.
Yeah, but the romance
Where-
sucks in this.
But this girl is clearly she's just like, go do the craziest shit you fucking can.
Yeah. Go do the craziest fucking shit. Don't even fucking worry about it.
Yeah, she talks
If
just
you,
like
if you
that,
worry
too.
about it, you're thinking. You'll die up there if you think. Just don't do it.
What are your
Just have sex with me.
What
Don't
are your
think.
words?
Oh. I almost got all of them. I had cringe, glasses, fly, G's, and mock.
I got fly, plane, jet, fifth, and jeans.
I had football game, mock, window, aviator, and Russian. I think I actually got all of them, but I didn't call you guys
didn't
on
call me
window
on
and Russian.
Russian and window.
Yeah,
I said-
because
I
you
said both of them.
you literally said window like the first 2 seconds. I wasn't gonna like.
All right, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
What's
This
our
was
next episode?
the next episode. That's a good question. I can find it right. Unless we do a bonus episode, our next one is going to be Jurassic World.
When's that?
We're seeing it on the 11th.
Okay. So it'll probably be out like the 14th, 13th.
Yeah, as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably no later than the 14th. But that's about it.
Should we tell them what happened?
Oh, go ahead.
So basically,
Okay.
what?
Go ahead.
This is a special thing at the end. So basically, our algorithm was messed up because Mark did a podcast with a trans lady, right? And then she shared it on her thing.
Don't be disrespectful, by the way.
I'm not being disrespectful.
I'm just
I said her,
just getting you ready.
and then since that was like the algorithm caught like trans or whatever, and then it started recommending like all like our videos to like all weird stuff. So like if you were some fellow like looking up weird stuff, it'd be like cross-dressing sissy stuff, and
it was weird.
and then it would be like MGC podcast, like
yeah,
Fantastic Beasts of Dumblespunk review,
yeah,
and then it'll be like sissy cross-dress gets fucked or whatever, not like porn.
So,
but like
the reason why this, I can explain a little bit more thoroughly, so you don't have to walk.
So
on
nobody.
egg
So we were getting recommended to the completely wrong demographic
for the last 2 years.
Almost completely wrong because like some of that is in Mark's search history. So.
No. Anyway, yeah. So I posted a video with a very good friend of mine. She had 20,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel, and she posted the interview I did with her. And all of the people that watch her channel, which is mostly LGBT people, that's what my channel was thought by the algorithm to be catering to, but it's clearly not though, right? So all my videos were being recommended to people that are like looking for boy to girl transformation, makeup palettes. They were also looking, it was also really preferred to stuff like upskirt videos, and I do stuff with my stepsister videos. Like, it was really weird shit. And actually my friend said that's why she stopped YouTube, because it kept recommending her to stuff that she didn't want to be involved with. But I since unfortunately had to private that video, and now we're being recommended to the correct demographic. So things are looking up.
So if
you're
seeing this, welcome.
Yeah, if you're seeing this, welcome to the show. And that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.
Top Gun!